What's going on, guys? Snag here, and it's time to wrap up round 14 of the 2024 NRL season, guys. And I'm still buzzing. From that Bulldogs Parramatta game, man. That was absolutely crazy. Just before I get into it, I want to give the Bulldogs fans a massive shout out, man. It was. I didn't care who won this game, seriously. Like my punt got voided, which would have had Parramatta 2 win, so neutral on it, didn't care. And I kept getting nervous throughout the game because I was like, it had a finals feel. It felt like I was like, whoa, what a big call. I was like, actually, no, it wasn't. This is a game between 11th and 14th. Like, that I don't care who wins, you know? And I was just like, man, like, just that crowd got me that sound. So shout out to the Bulldogs fans, man of the match for that game. It not only showed up in droves, you were loud. Love it. Absolutely massive shout out to them. I was absolutely buzzing. Ooh, they're nice. All right, guys. So in this video, we'll break down everything. We'll go over each game. Go over some of our wins, some of our losses. Let me know how many you hit in this one, guys. I think we got 2 wrong. We got Sharkies wrong and we got Eels wrong. We're nearly right. We're nearly one off, but not too bad. We had a really good weekend on the punt though. So we took a bit of a bath last weekend, and I think I put $100 down each one, and about 16 up, maybe 1600-ish, roughly up. So not too bad. I'm pretty happy with that weekend, man. So we're good. We in the green. Lads. We're in the green. Now, just before I get to the ladder and who won games and all that sort of stuff, Vegas, baby. Vegas is coming. So we found out who the teams are, guys. So it's looking like, where did they go? Jeez, I've lost them. Penrith Panthers, New Zealand Warriors, Cronulla Sharks, and Canberra Raiders. How good. I really wanted the Panthers and the Warriors to be there. However, hopefully, I don't want them to play each other. I reckon Panthers should play the Sharks because Panthers should... Actually, yeah, no, Panthers versus New Zealand, first game. Fisher Harris's first game. Yeah, boy. That would be awesome. Sharkies, I don't mind that they're going. I like them as a team. They're exciting, they're big, they're strong. And Canberra, I wasn't like... When I heard it, I was like, oh, Canberra, that's, cool, good on them, I was like, oh, man, if we can sell out... If we can sell out that stadium and have a 50,000, 60,000 person Viking clap with the big horn, man, that would be so sick. I would absolutely be buzzing. And guys, if I can get a visa, lads, I'm heading over. So start saving your pennies, lads. Let's get over there. Leave the missus at home. Say, just don't tell her about it and put the money in. And then just be like, man, my friend shouted me a ticket. I have to go. I can't not. He spent all this money. I have to go. Learn from me. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to leave it to the last minute. Definitely. Also, too, guys, I'm getting super close to 6K. If you can shoot us a sub, that would mean a lot, guys. Help us out. We're, 20 away or something, 40 away, 80 away. We're getting super close, guys. And like I said, it all means a lot when you do follow, guys. I don't do this for the money. I just do it to, I just want to build the channel so we can build something better for the future when this does start getting more monetized and all that sort of stuff. Give back to grassroots, give back to you guys and stuff like that, guys. So any help would be, any likes, shares, comments, subs, it's all love here, man. Absolutely love it. All right. Oh, we haven't gone through who won and lost, have we? All right, so Dragons absolutely hump the Tigers. A lot going on there, unfortunately. And then Bunnies hump the... Did I say Titans? So Dragons hump the Tigers. Bunnies hump the Titans. Warriors hump the Cowboys. Sharkies consensually defeated the Broncos. Melbourne Storm get it done against the Knights. Panthers get it done against the Sea Eagles, and this has not reloaded yet, so let's load him up. And Doggies get it done in a tight one against the Eels, 22-18. All right, let's have a look at the ladder, guys. Storm out on top, looking the goods. The differential by 3 points there against the Sharkies. And then who have we got here? So Penrith Panthers, 1 game behind them. Dolphins still sitting in the top 4. And look at the Raiders. A friend came over. Doesn't need to explain who it was. He goes to the Raiders and he follows league, but not like real close. Like he doesn't have KOs. He doesn't watch all the games. He just watches the Friday night games and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh man, because he goes to the Raiders. Raiders looking good. He goes, Yeah, they look all right. They hit and miss, you know. I'm like, you're coming fifth. You're one win behind Penrith Panthers. And he goes, what? I was like, yes. He goes, oh, I knew we were winning a bit, but had no idea. I was like, come on, man, get behind your team. I was like, man, I can shout you. Canberra don't get many Friday games. I can shout you KO subscription if you want, lad. Jesus Christ. Support your team, lad. Roosters 6. Bulldogs up into 7th. Bulldogs ahead of the Brisbane Broncos. The Bulldogs are better than the Brisbane Broncos after round 14. Never thought I'd be saying those words at the start of the season, but hey, here we are. Up the doggies. Bulldogs, so Broncos in at 8th, and Dragons up to 9th, Warriors up to 10th, Sea Eagles slip down a little bit, Cowboys slipping, Knights slipping, and Eels somehow go up, even though they lost. Titans lost by more. Yeah, crazy. All right, let's get on to the Dargans versus the West Tigers, guys. Tigers were good in the first half. Let's start with the positive. They were pretty good. But just they're falling to pieces. I was just watching a little bit of 360 there just while I ate my dinner, and Galvin wants out, Stefano wants out. It's just it's absolute mess there, man. And it just sucks because they showed a lot of promise. They showed a lot of promise at the start of the year, and it sucks. It's all sort of fallen away so quickly. And Jerome Luai must be just sitting there going, why did I sign that contract? Surely my happiness is worth more than a few $100K a year. And bro, I can tell you now, it is. I've had a shop that literally made 1.3 million, made 800,000 one year, or 900,000, which I think's 850 or whatever. I think that's roughly what Luai got paid. Made 1.3 a year later. I didn't even notice the extra money, man. Like once you get over 250, 400K, when it goes up like in little chunks, it seems like a lot because most people get paid 50, 60K a year, but when you're on over $500,000 and you get an extra 100K, you don't even notice it. You just end up spending a little bit more. You just get a little looser. But yeah, look, Sharks gave up. I mean, Tigers gave up in this one. Look, I said this before the game. It's just like every team coming into a new season has a bit of belief and spirit, you know, and like we saw it with Dragons, we saw it with Tigers, we saw it with Bulldogs last year. They actually all looked pretty good at the start of the year. All of a sudden it's round 10 and you're 2-10, they're 2-8, and you're getting smoked by 30 and you just go, oh, that's right, we suck. And you sort of get reminded that you suck. And unfortunately for the Tigers, they've been reminded of it the last 4 rounds, and I don't see it getting any better. And poor old Appy Coruscant, man, he's a soldier, man. I love him. But there was a few times the Tigers were looking nice. Error. I just watched him go. And then they get the ball back. Error. And then like he picks his head up and runs over like, yeah, boys, one set. And then the third time it happened, he just went. And I was like, oh, the poor dude. Apparently, I just heard this stat. Don't know if it's true or not. Apparently, Tigers only completed 3 sets in the second half. Absolutely insane. I said this in my video, on the TikTok video after. I was like, did Zach Lomax just become the best winger in the comp? Did Parramatta just buy the best winger in the comp for unders? I think they might have. No, they haven't, because Brian Tortor, which we'll get to in a minute, just said, hold my beer, lad. But Jesus Christ, Zach Lomax is on one. Like, he is just, I just love his effort. I love everything about him. It's not just the flashy stuff. It's just, so 71st minute, game's wrapped up. He drags Olam out over the sideline. He could just jumped on him. No, I'm going to pick him up and drag Olam over. You know, his goal kicking was flawless, 9 from 9, plus a penalty goal, 3 tries. What he scored, 30-something points himself. That is just absolutely insane. One thing he does too, which he doesn't really got credit for, because he is such a good aerial threat, he draws penalties because players keep running him off. I think he drew 2 in this game. He definitely drew 1. You got to remember, in that position, that means you get the ball on their 10-metre line. Like that, there is no better place to get the ball. Like, it's brilliant, man. So, shout out to Zachy Lomax, man. You're absolutely enormous. We'll have a look at some of these team stats real quick. We won't harp on this game too long. But yeah, great from the Dargans, 82%. Nearly ran for 2 kilometres, restricted the Tigers to 1,100. Post-contact, 751. That is enormous. 11 line breaks to 2. I had Zach Lomax in my Supercoach team too, lads. Everyone was like, why are you putting him in? He makes heaps of errors. I'm like, bro, he's a beast. He's a beast. What else we got? Anything else worth talking about? Tackle efficiency, that's quite down for the Tigers. They got absolutely cooked there, 39. Look at that from the Dargans. Only 18 missed tackles. 6 errors. That's a great game from the Dargans. Absolutely great game. Let's have a quick look at some of the player stats from the Dragons. No one else, because I don't like to talk about, like, the one thing I hate about Australian media is they just talk about the negatives too much. Just let the Tigers suck for the rest of the year. Let's not talk about them. Let's talk about the good things in the game. So what have we got? I thought Molo looks great. I've said this before. I think it was Bulldogs game where there was a minute there where I just went, this team's good. Like, the Dragons are good. And, like, with that big, powerful edge, like, I don't know if Luciano on that side, Sully, and I don't know, it was Ravalawa. He seems to be out of favour now. And then the other side, Bird and Lomax. I was sitting there going, and then the middles are big, strong. I really like Little. Sewer. Like, I was like, jeez, this team's actually good. Like, I know it sounds like super condescending, but, like, just to put it in perspective, there was a market before this season kicked off. Will Dragons defeat the bye? So pretty much, will Dragons get more wins than the bye will this year, which was 3, and it was only paying. It was paying, like, not much, like $1.70. So the bookies had the Dargans for 3 wins roughly. That is craziness, man. That is absolutely crazy. So, yeah, most fantasy points, 103. Shout out to you, Zach. Wish I had you as my captain. Let's dip off this game. Rabbitohs versus the Titans, guys. Campbell starts. I was really interested to see how he went there. Where'd they have him listed? They had him listed at 6. They obviously went with Jackie White and Cody Walker. In this one, I had AJ in as a trial. So pissed off because I was like, I know Cody Walker's listed at 7, but I'm like, he'll swing around to the left and play more left. Nah, bro. Not at all. He played right the whole game, and AJ didn't get any looks, destroyed everyone's multis. So I was furious at you, Cody Walker, but you played awesome. But yeah, Titans left edge is so nice. Is it Pereira? Who was it? Was it Pereira and Kelly? They were just tearing apart the Rabbitohs edge from inside their half. That was so fast. I think they gave Richie Kenner and Jacob Gagai an absolute bath, and it was so. I really like Cam Pereira. He's like when he first came into the league, they're like, yeah, he's a speedster. I looked at him, I'm like, bro, he's so skinny. He's gonna get like wingers have to be big now. I saw him, he lifted his shorts up. He was like, like bent over, like puffed out, and he sort of had his shorts scrunched up. He's got some quads on him, lad. He's put some size on, eh? He looks big. Like, I was like, oh, shit. He's put on some nice size. Like, he looked real nice. Jaden Campbell, again, I just don't think he's a 6. He's smaller body. Did his thing, but not great. I didn't think Kieran Foran had a great game. But, look, rather than Titans being horrible in this one, I just thought they were just okay. Bunnies were really good. I really enjoyed watching. But other than Kenner and Richie, Jacob Gagai, they got a little cooked. I loved the Jack White and played strong and hard. Cody Walker was so nice. And Trell Mitt, what are we thinking, lads? Trell Mitt for Origin, left centre? Yeah, I think so. What carry does Trell Mitt have? Trell have a right-hand carry? Would you put him on the right? I'm pretty sure he has a right-hand carry. Does he have a left-hand carry? Anyway, left or right. Crichton can play left or right, whichever one suits Speaking of Stephen Crichton, Jesus Christ, he was good today. I thought Mole was good. Damien Cook in the first few minutes, I was like, oh, so much better. Kepi still cheeks. Jai Arrow tried his eye. Call him a tonguey, man. I don't know what's happened to him, eh? Like, he ended up saving the game a little bit, but body language is so big to me, man. Like, I've read up and studied body language hard, read a lot of books on it and stuff, and you know what I mean? It is huge. Like, you can tell a lot about a person through their body language, man, and he's been pretty poor this year. This is a game to save. This is a game. This is essentially the spoon bowl. Like, if you lose this, there's a good chance you're getting the spoon. And it's just like his first carry, he'd error, and he just dropped his head. I'm like, but I don't know. It didn't seem like he cared either. It was just like, oh, why is this happening to me? I didn't like it. I love him. Like, he's such a cool dude too. But Tallis Tunkin was awesome off the bench. Havili did his calf or hammy off a carry. I was getting ready for a Havili carry, and he just, boom, hammy gone or calf gone. Don't know what it was, but have a quick look at some team stats here, guys. But yeah, I've sort of just wrote. I actually just before I get to that, I've wrote this down. Lucky I checked my notes. I forgot this one. Just my overall thoughts. Bunnies look substantially better, but I wouldn't call them as back yet. That's sort of my general thoughts on the Bunnies. Another nice win would be handy. Who they got next week? Oh, so we'll go here. Who Bunnies got next week? I mean, it's going to be very hard for them to make the finals anyway, but where'd they go? Oh, Broncos. That's... Man, if they knock off the Broncos with no Reece Walsh, ooh, all of a sudden... where are we? Yeah, so... But, man, that battle... Actually, I won some money. I actually won heaps of money on this game. I had a double up, which I hit, and I also had... I love... So there's a few punts that I really like. I love ones where... It's someone's a big milestone game, but it has to be a play that the club loves. So, like, today it was Gutho, didn't hit. But, you know what I mean? They will literally go looking for tries for them. And I also love an Origin snub. Like, whenever someone's been snubbed from Origin, I'm like, get them in my anytime multis. And I had Latrell Mitchell and Dave Fafita as my snub multis, and boom, hit lad. And that running battle between Fafita and Cody Walker was awesome. I love that, man. I wish there was more of that in the game. See, I wish these fucking little word that starts with B, ends in CH, guys like Reed Marnie and stuff will just go away and you just leave it, like, talk some trash, don't grab jerseys, run straight, bro. Run at me, man. Like, show me. Show me with your game. Like, grabbing jerseys and trying to get them to hit you, bait them. Like, that's just trash. Like, someone said the other day when we were talking about Reed Marnie, I'm like, what? He's like, man, I love it, eh? It's like so entertaining when he starts. I'm like, why? They just run in and grab each other's. That is the least entertaining. Whenever they all run in like that, I'll just jump on my phone and start playing because I know nothing's going to happen. I'm like, check what's going on TikTok. There'll be for sure more entertaining than watching Reed Marnie and so and so grab jerseys. Like, it's absolute trash. I love that. It was just yeah, okay, yep. And he just boom, beeline. I loved it. I loved every second of it. I got mad respect for Nathan Brown and who's the guy from the Melbourne Storm? Is it Pole? No, not Pole. Is it Pole? The second rower. Sorry guys, when I get something in my head, I have to find it. Bloor. They had one on Bloor's debut, and Nathan Brown just ran at him, boom, clipped him high. He's like, yep, just tossed the ball to Moses. Next one, just boom again. Actually got him again. Boom, tops the ball. And it was so good, man. I love it. I love it when it's just like it's gangster. Like, that's gangster, bro. Like, that's what it's all about. None of this jersey grabbing, having a sook on the ground, and third man running in. Leave him alone. Like, one-on-one, lad. So yes, Bunnies better just about everywhere. I mean, this completion, the Titans were not good. Look at that, ran for 2 kilometres. That's brilliant. 600 post contact, 8 line breaks for the Bunnies. This is all great stuff. Yeah, not much else to talk about. Definitely need to get this up. Jesus. But I'd say a lot of that would have been that edge because, like I said, it was at Gagai and Kenner, I think it was. They got bathed. They were lucky. Like, I think Rabbitohs were going to win this no matter what, but Titans could have easily put 24 points on. Easily. But yeah, it was good to see the Bunnies get a dub, and yeah, like Titans, it was a bad performance, but you know, like they've showed a bit of fight. I'll tell you who I really like, who I never even really heard of. Like, I'd heard his name, but there's Beau Formore, dude. He's awesome. He's so good. Bit of I don't know, just a bit of. He's just good. He's just a good footy player. Onto the Wars. Up the Wars. I'm not so glad they win. Like, I don't want the Cowboys to lose. But I just really, really want the Warriors to make the finals this year. The Warriors are the only team to sell out every game this year. They're just showing out. Their social media's killing it. People are travelling from all over the place. I saw a post the other day where someone's trying to book tickets for a game like in 6 weeks' time. It's full. I'm just like, this is so good to see, man. Absolutely love it. So, shout out to the Wars and the Warriors fans. I just gave the Bulldogs fans a rap. Can't leave out the Wars, man. Now, this is a big gutsy win for the Warriors. I know they got a lot of guys back, but they really had to win this game. So, if we have a look at the ladder, they could have got, they would have been 13. They would have been sitting down here with 13 points, not looking great. Boom, all of a sudden, 3 wins on the trot plus a bye. They're sitting pretty. They're right there. If one of these teams goes on a little skid, they'll be straight in there, So I think they got Melbourne next week. Big test. I'm not too sure where that is. Let's have a look. It's at home, so that's a big advantage. Warriors fans, go get out there, support them. Look at that, even odds. It's a good time to get them. No Munster. Good time to get them. But look, man, just going over this on the wires quickly, and I'll talk about the Bulldogs in a sec. But hang on one sec, you guys. I really liked the way they played. I liked this forward rotation heaps better. Wade Egan is so good, bro. He's like, there is such thing as being too crafty. Sometimes Appy can be it. He's just like, the way only a hook, like a genuine dummy half will appreciate it. I don't even, I do still, but just the way he'll scoop out, scoot around, engage both, and then just no look. Anyone can throw a no-look pass. Can you throw one onto a chest of a front rower that's moving? That's the difference, and he does, man. He's so good at it. But no, I really like the way they laid this out. I really like the Jackson Ford starting in front row, Adam Fanua-Blake, Nick Cora over Catewell. I just do, I genuinely think Nikora would be considered an elite, when I say he already is, but top second rower if he didn't have such good ability of covering so many positions. He's so impactful off the bench. He can cover lock. He can play in the middle. He can cover centre. He unfortunately, if Parramatta didn't use him as a Mr. Fix-It, he played a lot of second row. It's probably what he played most. But if Parramatta were just you're our second row for the 3 years he was there, I genuinely think we'd be considering one of the better second rowers in the game. I always get his Nikora. So this is Neokura. So Nikora from the Sharks, very similar, almost a centre's build, but just so strong and muscular that they can play in the middle. They run hard lines. They smack you. Absolutely. And I love Barnett on the bench, on the edge. I know it doesn't sound right, but I actually liked Dylan Walker starting at lock and Tohu Harris coming on and settling the ship. I don't know if they'll kick on with that. I don't know if that was just to get some minutes out of Tohu Harris's legs, but I actually really liked it. I don't know, he just had nice leg speed. Everything was fast, the game's fast. Tohu Harris is a bit slower and he gets around. He makes it up. He's a monster, absolute monster. Most underrated lock probably to play the game. But I just really liked it. I thought Catewell looked better coming off the bench as well. Even Lussick came on and did nice minutes. Webster's a good coach. He's a really good coach, man. Look really good. Now, for me, Was came, the second this game kicked off, I thought Was winning. Because I had a bet down where it was Warriors to score first points, Warriors first to 16. The first set, I was like, this is locked. It was just... Cowboys just looked tired. They had the most Origin players, I'm pretty sure, play. They had some not back up. They had some back up. It was just, it was pretty evident they were pretty tired. Dearden tried his ring off, but, just didn't really, they just didn't look, they lost a lot of contact. They didn't look great. I'm not writing them off or anything, or do they have a bye next week? They don't. They need one. They look very tired. Who have they got next week? Raiders at home. That is not good for the Cowboys. That's not a game you want to play right now. Is it a fresh kick? Oh, playing a fresh Raiders in Canberra in the middle of winter. At night. 6 p.m. It won't be night, but... Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, poor old cows. Yeah, that's not good. I'll have a look at some stats, guys. So, look at the Warriors. 30 minutes in possession, completed at 84%, ran for 1,800, restricted the Cowboys. I really feel like Cowboys might need... I'm trying to think of a player they need. They need just a really good, hard running... They almost need like Lukey in the middle. Like, or Finafuiaki in the middle. Just that big young buck that can like pump through the middle, get him a quick play the ball, skiddler defender. A young Jason Taumalolo, dare I say, something like that. Just really get him going through the middle, because if they get going through the middle, Scotty is an assassin. He's so nice. 5 offloads to 1. What have we got? 7 line breaks to 2. Post-contact meters from the Warriors. I thought they were smacking through there. 750 post-contact. And look at that tackle. Man, Cows defended quite well considering it's 42. They got 42 put on them, 90%. And 92% for the Warriors. That's pretty incredible. Let's have a look at some of the Warriors' stats here. Where are we? Chance was so good. 250 run meters, 79 post contact, 79 post contact, 3 tackle breaks. Incredible. They were just kicking straight down the middle. They really wanted to keep the ball away from DWZ and Montoya. Wade Egan was so nice. Jackson Ford. So that's nice, because I was a little worried like Ford mightn't be able to get through the work, because he's not a huge front rower. But it's 178 metres. But Adam Fanor-Blake's 207 metres. I guess he's smart, man. So like Barnett, I do think Barnett's better on an edge. See. All right, so Jackson Ford isn't the biggest second rower. He's not the most powerful, destructive guy. But if your carries after Adam Fanor-Blake, happy days. Good. Really like it. Webster's, he's got his head screwed on, man. I really like him. He's good. Sharkies Broncos. One of the few we got wrong in this week. One of the 2 we got wrong. Paddy Carrigan crashes over. Old Paddy Twile for his 3rd try. Gets off his nudie run. How good. This was an odd game. Just reading my... So, how did it go? So, Paddy Carrigan got first try. Talakai, Katoa, Trindle, breakaway. Oh, that's right. All right, so... I thought Broncos looked pretty good, like, to be honest. They held their own. A little bit of what happened to the Cowboys, maybe. They had a lot of people backing up. But... when Payne Haas and Paddy Carrigan went off, which they had to, you can't play them for big minutes in this game. Like, I would have rested them personally. Like, I said rest them. You could have rested them, taken the L anyway, and you'd have a completely fresh Paddy. We thought we had all the miles in his legs, a completely fresh Payne Haas. I would have even probably rested Selwyn Cobbo in this one. Like, it's just unnecessary. I would have played Ezra Mann because he didn't get on the park, but I would have rested those guys. You would have taken the L anyway. And now you got, who knows, they might have picked up bumps, niggles, even just a cork, whatever. It's just stuff you don't want, don't need. And they played them. They played decent minutes and they still lost. So, but to me, the real difference in this game was, so Paddy and Payne Haas go off. Fletcher Baker, Gorewski, is that how you say his name? Fletcher Baker come on. Hazelton, Williams, and Royce Hunt come on. Blitzed them. Royce Hunt is clearly playing for a contract because he went skits. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if he is or not, but I can. The way he played looks like he is playing for a contract. Whether someone's like put in a good performance and blah blah blah, like he looks like he's on the market. He destroyed the Broncos. He single-handed, like he played 25 minutes or something off the bench. He was man of the match. Like he's the one. He was the difference in this game. Hazelton was probably a close second. Fletcher Baker. I've been saying this. I mean, I was like, I nearly fell over when they said Fletcher Baker's going to be the replacement for Flegler. Like, I was like, are you kidding, bro? Have you watched him play? Like, he was 6th, 7th string at the Roosters, and they were going through injury issues and still getting minutes. The problem with him is he's a bit like Kepi from the Bunnies. Like, they're not good enough to make the errors and dumb things they do, right? So, like, if Payne Haas made an error every single game, which he doesn't, you wouldn't care. Like, you don't care. Make an error. Like, you're elite. You do so much for this club. If you make one dumb error every game, you take it. You're like, whatever, we'll deal with it. Bro, he's getting smacked. He's getting smacked sideways. I think he had an error and a penalty and just a horrible missed tackle, which led to a try. I was like, come on, man. I think it was led to a try. I just remember watching a horrible missed tackle, and I was like, who was that? And then I see Fletcher Baker running back. I'm like, oh, fuck, Jesus Christ. But yeah, so Broncos, they're slipping a little, eh? They got the Bunnies next week. That all of a sudden becomes a big game. They're favourites. They're not great away from home. They're not horrible either. What is their home and away percentage? So away 3-3. So not great. 3-3 this year. They weren't great last year. They just barely played any away games last year. They barely played any games out of Queensland anyway. Yeah, it was. This all of a sudden becomes a big, big game. I mean, yeah. I mean, let's have a real look. So if Broncos lose this one, they're stuck on 16. Warriors. I mean, there's a good chance they lose this game. I'm not dissing your Warriors, but there is. There's a good chance Dragons lose this game against the Sea Eagles. Sea Eagles could come up a little bit. Cowboys. So they're probably fine. They'll probably be in the 8 at the end of the week no matter what. But, yeah, you're dangling. But if all these teams win, so Doggies have a bye next week, so they're going to be up on 18. If all these teams win, all of a sudden actually, that is quite alarming. Because this is the thing for the Broncos. It's not about making the 8 for them. That's Doggies, it's about making the 8. Like, you know what I mean? They were one of the worst teams we've ever seen last year. They made the 8 this year. That is a massive achievement and great. If Doggies come 7th and get cooked by the Raiders in the first round and bounce out, we're still like, good, go for the top 4 next year. Good on you. If Broncos do that, that's a terrible season. Like, that is really, really bad. And all of a sudden, let's say they do lose next week, which I hope they don't, because I want the Broncos to be in the finals. All of a sudden, and let's just say these teams all get dubs. All of a sudden, they're 4 full points away from the top 4, and they're going to be, Jesus Christ, 16, 18, 20, 24. They're going to be fair way away first or second. Like, you really want to finish first or second so you get a home final first round and a second chance. Ooh, I'm a little bit more alarmed than I was about 2 minutes ago. Jesus. Obviously, super maker-upperable. But, yeah, that's not good. We'll have a look at some stats here, guys. Great from the Sharkies, completing it at 80%. Broncos just locking in that 76% every week. Look at that. They absolutely, this is a little bit alarming for the Broncos too, right? This is what I was saying. Everyone was sort of like, they had this player out, they had that player out. And I agree. Like, Broncos are going to be better with Reynolds there. They're going to be better with Reece Walsh there. And Arthur's too. Arthur's is a big one too. But the thing that alarmed me was they got pumped in the middle. Okay, so that's full strength. That's full strength. That right there is full strength. That you don't have any better forwards than this. I know Xavier Wilson come on the bench and save you a little bit, but that starting front row is that's it. And they got manhandled. I mean, 716 to 6. They got absolutely annihilated. Wow, 4th line breaks for 3. That's crazy. Look at that ruck speed from both teams. Geez, the refs weren't playing around. 14 offloads for the Sharkies. Let's have a look at their tackle. Both teams tackled like absolute ish. 86 and 84%. 11 errors to 12. Yeah, so like I just sort of had a little look-see. I'm a little more concerned about the Broncos now. They're going to make the 8. That's not the goal. The goal is to make the top 4. The goal is to finish first or second and get a home final first round. That's the goal. And then your next goal becomes... That's the bar they set. They kept enough good players to be able to do that. A lot of people gave Parramatta a hard time for dropping out. They lost 5 or 6 forwards. You know what I mean? They lost Capewell, they lost Fleggs, lost Herbie, but I guess that is quite a bit. I was about to make an excuse for the Parra, not the Broncos. They lost a bit too. All right, let's move on to their Storm and Knights. Geez, what a different team, that Knights team. And I know people... this Sharp kid looked bloody nice. Bloody nice. Melbourne did look a little off. This is a bizarre game. Like, Melbourne looked a little off, but I never felt like Newcastle were ever going to win this game, even though it was an 8-point game in the end. At half-time, the score was 12-18. It's just one of these weird ones. I was just like, I had zero feeling that Knights were ever going to win this. We just watched the Bulldogs Para game. They were behind for a lot of that by 8 points. I was very aware that Bulldogs could possibly win that game. This game, it's not happening. We had a big punt on this one too. We cleaned up this weekend, lads. Cleaned up on the punt. Geez, Farlongo's nice. I love watching him play. Absolutely. We got to get these 17th, 18th and 19th teams in. There's some lads out here who have to be playing first grade every week. Seriously, it's the talent pool's crazy at the moment. It really is. It really is. Right, so where are we? Oh, Jacob Gagai gave, was it Remy Smith? An absolute he bathed his son in this with a little back. He's soaping up his back and getting under his armpit too. Gagai was so good in this, man. I really like this Dylan Lucas dude. Margie didn't get any ball. They kept attacking the other side. I absolutely love Wishart. He's a first grader, bro. He's a good first grader, and he's gonna be, when Munster comes back, he's gonna probably not even be on the bench because Storm needs size, and he doesn't have much size, but he's incredible. I'm loving this combo of Blore and Katoa. Still got to work on this lock thing. They haven't quite nailed that down yet. Someone asked me, what does Melbourne need to be a genuine title contender? To me, it's a really good lock. I don't even think they need an elite one. Adam Elliott. If Adam Elliott was at the Storm, just a hard running. Actually, you got it hiding in this game. Actually, though, hard running, ball playing, can run a nice line if needed. Good leg speed. Like that's the standard I'm talking. They don't need an Isaiah Yeo or Paddy. Just a Trent Liero is just a bit 8. What else we got here? Big Nelson came on and just was pretty damn destructive. Yeah, it was a bizarre game. It was pretty entertaining, but I just wasn't entertained, So we'll have a look at the stats quickly, guys. So both completed great. Melbourne won through the middle there, won by 100 metres, so pretty close. About 566 to 496 post contact, 7 line breaks to 6. So yeah, Craig Bellamy would not be happy with that scoreline. Again, the refs, Jesus, refs were strict. They got them off really quick. 8 offloads to 6. Tackle efficiency 87 to 86. So 35 missed tackles to 42. 8 errors to 6. So both under 10s. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird game. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but I just that was entertaining. There was so many points scored, but I don't care. I don't care. What was it? Remy Smith got hiding. Farlongo, man. I just love the way he kicks before he goes, and it's just full body actions. There's no wow. We had 8 tackle breaks. It's cool to watch, man. It's really cool to watch. He's got to get his way into first grade regularly. This is the plus side of players being injured, I guess. Gagai, look at that, 246 metres. That's why I came over and checked the Knights. 240. He was so good. 2 line breaks, 8 tackle breaks. He was enormous. He was absolutely enormous. Another Origin snub. I think it's not a snub though. I think he knows he's not past it, but there's probably a couple guys ahead of him. But he still probably knows if Billy called him, he'd stand up, Penrith Panthers versus the Sea Eagles. What was my bet with this one? Oh, that's right. So my bet with this one, lads, I had Taruva and Saab to score. And at halftime, I'm just sitting there going, how could this be any worse? I thought because Cherry Evans was on the right, I thought Luai was playing halfback, so I thought he would be on the right. Nah, he swings around at 6. And it was 3 tries or 3 hours to Talau. I'm sitting there going, you look like the biggest idiot, bro. You literally just sat there and go, yeah, this is going to hit because they're going to be playing this side more. Literally, it could not have been more wrong. Like, I could not have been more wrong at halftime. Like, bro, 3 tries each to the opposite wingers. And you're just sitting there like an idiot. And then, boom, swung around and we hit in the second half. How good. Taruva, Saab, both scored within a couple of minutes of each other. At the 70th and 67th minute, I was buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. It was so good, man. What have I written down? This one. Oh, I just got to give some players some raps with this one, all right? Brian Tortall, man. Like I talked about Lomax. I was like, has Zach Lomax become the best winger in the comp? Brian Tortall was like, bro, I'm going to do what you did in a full game in half a game. 3 tries. At half time, he had something silly like 140 metres. 140 metres. Something like 60-something post-contact. 4 line breaks. And I think he had 11 tackle breaks. He ended up with 13 tackle breaks. He finishes the game with 261 metres. And do you know the crazy thing about this is? They completely stopped. His second half's numbers tapered off something hectic because they dead set were just like, get the ball away from that dude. And they started kicking at Taruva's side. That's why Sonny Taruva ended up getting about 2. Sonny Taruva at the half. This is crazy. Sonny Taruva at the half, because I remember having him in my super coach. Don't quote me. Had about 80 metres. So, like, he got another 140 in the set because they were like, just get the ball away from Tortall. And then he it was just insane. But you're probably thinking, well, they got the metres anyway there. It's not those metres they're worried about, lads. It's these ones. These ones. 101. Brian Tortall is a menace. Brian Tortall just... The amount of times, right? Normally when a winger takes a tough carry and, sort of half bursts through the line and he's tearing... Then he gets tackled and then the defence hangs on him a bit too long. Penalty. Normally teams like, yeah, like patting their winger on the back. Good way, yeah, we're all pumped. Brian Tortall does it every game, like at least once. Brian Tortall, penalty, Brian Tortall just drops the ball, jogs out to his teammates. They're just so used to him being the biggest monster on the field. Like he's such a freak, man. He's such a freak. He's going to go down the GOAT. Like I can't remember anyone coming close to these sort of numbers. Barely anyone ever had games like this, and Tortall does it on the reg. Like this is just so absurd what he's doing. And just to go into Panthers, that 100 wingers used to barely... If a winger didn't get a line break, they were not getting 100 metres in a game. He's getting 101 post-contact metres. Think about that for a second. That's 101 metres with the front rower, second rower, a lock, a hooker, whoever, hanging off you, and you're dragging them. That's so ridiculous, man. Absolutely so ridiculous. And just shout out to the Panthers system. I mean, a guy like Laurie, I thought Laurie was great. Like Laurie is so gifted, like so naturally gifted as a footy player. And I always felt like he tried to do too much and maybe was asked to do too much at the Tigers. Look what happens when you just play your role. 343 metres, line break, 2 line break assists, 1 try assist. People, like, I read those numbers out and everyone was like, what the hell? No way he got that much. I'm like, yes, bro. Like, when you're in a good system and you just don't know, you just do the job you're asked to do. Sometimes your numbers, Paddy's the same. Sometimes Paddy, you're like, oh yeah, you can put a couple nice carries out. And then you look and you go, what? 200, it's like these numbers are ridiculous. Laurie, 100, even he got 100 post contact. He's good, man. I remember I said he was what a great pickup for the Panthers. And everyone's like, what? No, I know you're cooked, man. He's not good. I'm not saying he's incredible, but he's got a really good footy game in him. He does. And I said Penrith is perfect for him because he doesn't have to create. Like he can he can do the job. He's nice. And if there is a half chance, he'll poke his nose through, and his feet are just so nice. 9 tackle busts as well. So yeah, shout out to them. Oh, I'm pretty interested to see the rest of these stats. 2,249 metres. And restricted a beastie Manly pack to 1,500. Manly are a big team, man. Big team. 784 post-contact metres for the Panthers. 10 line breaks to 6. 59 tackle breaks. 15 of those were tours. I think in the first half they had 20 tackle breaks. And I think 11 of them were tours. 56 posts. Wow. That's incredible, man. They're incredible numbers. 15. I like Penrith offloading just a little bit. I actually really like it. Because they're not like a really slick ball playing out the back, ball playing, running block shapes and all this sort of stuff. Fling an offload out the back every now and again, lad. It's a great way to break it up through the middle. And you win the contact 90% of the time anyway, so it's actually safe. I mean, look at that defense as well from Penrith, 91%. 25 missed tackles to nearly 60. Nuts. All right, on to the Doggies versus the... This is a huge game for the Doggies and the Eels, so this pretty much rubs the Eels out. They're done now. They're only on 10 points after 14 rounds, so unless they pretty much win every game, which isn't going to happen, they're done. And this was big for the Doggies too, just because if they did lose this game, they were fine. Like someone said to me, I was like, man, this is must win for the... And they're like, oh, do you think the Doggies aren't trying to play the finals too? Of course they are, but it's not must win. If they lost this, they would have slipped down. They would have been just sitting here, still in 11th, or maybe 12th, whatever. They're not down here. They're not sitting down here. So it was a much bigger game for the Eels than it was for the Doggies, but it didn't look like it. Doggies showed up and they gave their fans a blockbuster. Oh, like I said at the start of this game, I enjoyed every goddamn second of it, lads. Every goddamn second of it. I mean, they weren't great. This was the thing. This is why Doggies fans get so mad at me too. Because I'm about to go through the stats. I'm going to talk about things that they weren't very good at. But they weren't. They weren't very good at a lot of things, but they won. So Doggies fans, leave me the hell alone. I'm sick of yous. I'm here to talk about the game. No, I'm not sick of yous. Yous are awesome. Yous just showed out. But like I said, this is the thing, man. No team's perfect. I criticise Penrith, and they've lost 15 games in 4 years. And look, man, you just had an incredible win. That needs sorting out, lads. All right? Look at that, though. 8 line breaks. I just loved... I love that they identified Crichton and Blake. See, I thought Wilson would have gone in on the left. But how genius putting him next to Crichton. He looks so good. Blake will... I don't know how long he's contracted before, but Doggies upgrade him, lock him in. I think his footwork. I've been watching a lot of footwork videos lately, like gridiron footwork and working on my footwork and for my son and stuff like that. And his footwork is like NFL footwork. It's like the way it's so good. And the way he can go sideways and then get to his top speed again really quickly. It doesn't, because it almost looks like, there's half a gap there, and most people get tackled, and then you go, he's completely through the gap. It's wild, man. He's so good. He's way too good to be playing New South Wales Cup. Way too good. Crichton was elite. Bronson, Sherry and Kraz they were pretty good, but they just didn't get much ball. Reid Marnie was cheeks as always. He tried his best to get the Parramatta to win this one. You need a better hooker. Bulldogs. I'd like Kurt Mann in there. I just don't like Reid Marnie. I hate him. I hate him. Everyone's like, you're such a hater. I'm like, I know. I said I hate him. Every single NRL fan on earth hates a player. Mine's Reid Marnie. Leave me alone. Let me hate in peace, please. Preston broke his ankle. This was such a gutsy effort. Curran knocked out cold. Kurt Mann off for 10 minutes. Who else got knocked out? Someone else get knocked out? Oh, yeah, Brayley Haywood. He's a good little player, him. He's nice. Preston out for a while now too, so they're going to be tested. They've got the bye, which is good. So Curran should be all right to play in the following week. Yeah. Interesting, though. Those bombs Burton were putting up. That's why he's got to play Origin, lad. I'm not a huge fan of it. Everyone was like jerking off Birdo's bombs. And I was like, he sort of put them away. And I was like, good. Like, I love watching them as a fan. But, like, technically, like, they take way too long to load up. He's 6'3" or 6'4", whatever he is. Like, it's a long way down to drop the ball. And what he does to get him off, he stands so deep. And he runs his team's offside when he gets the ball. So he boots the ball down. And then his whole team's offside. So I was like, yeah, this like as awesome as they are, they're stupid. And the one he put up, the one that actually made Gutho drop the ball, and they scored a try, and everyone was offside, you know. So it's sort of, but I still want him in the team. I still want him. I don't know if you put him at 6. So Mitchell Moses' kicking game was, not his best, but it was damn good. I was just sitting there going, man, imagine having Burton and Mitchell Moses' kicking game in the same team. Like, the long kicking game would be unmatched. It really would. It'd probably be the best long kicking game combination halves I've ever seen play together. Like, we've never seen guys with boots that big play on the same team together. It'd be enormous. I like Burton on the bench. Play 14 because I've said it. He covers 1 through 7, and he also covers 11 and 12 and 13. He covers everywhere. Burton's got to be in there. He was absolutely incredible. Anyone else to shout out, or have I just shouted out the whole team? Thought Connor Tracy was great too. I actually thought Parramatta looked really nice in this game as well. Mitch Moses started the game off nice. Bulldogs did such a good job of containing Dylan Brown. Campbell Gillard was enormous. I thought William McGreg's first ball, he only had one stint. Bryce Cartwright, really. I think I know this isn't why they lost the game. I'm not saying that. Parramatta were well on top at the start. They were winning contact. Like, Doggies were holding their own in the middle, but they were well on top. And then on the 30-metre line, he jacks the ball out on the full. Like, not even close. Like, a no-look pass. Like, you don't have to no-look pass in that situation. Like, you have an overlap. Like, you know, if you just look and pass, like, the ball still goes to the same place. Like you're not fooling anyone. You have the overlap. Like, if throw the ball at all, it's stupid to throw it in the first place. But anyway, I thought Tulangi was real nice. Hopgood, again, I'm not super sold on him this year, man. Someone said to me, they're like, oh, that's blasphemy saying he wasn't ready for Origin. I don't think he's been playing good enough to play Origin. Paulo was enormous. Sean Lane, stupid error. I thought Ngawi was great. I really do. Dejan Arce got absolutely bathed by Stephen Crichton. Absolutely bathed. Too slow. He's too slow. He's not... Loved what Blaze Talangi done. He was nice. Pretty handy. Got cooked out there a little bit too, though, but... Yeah, it was just this. Like I said, it wasn't like a highly entertaining game. It was just that crowd, bro. Bros, get out to the games this year, lads. I said this at the start of the year. If everyone just goes to more games than they did the year before you know it, we're gonna have full stadiums every weekend. Like, if you went to 1 game last year, go to 2. If you went to 2 last year, go to 3. If you went to 3 last year, go to 4. If you went to 5 last year, buy a membership. Come on, lads, rock up. All right, so yeah, Doggies, like I said, need to complete better. They're lucky that Parramatta, like I said, if Parramatta complete at 90, I think they win this. They won they won the meters battle. There was a few runaway tries which would have conceded. Parramatta definitely won the forward battle. They won the post contact, but line breaks 8-3. That's brilliant from the Doggies. 44 tackle breaks. That's enormous. Won the ruck. That's crazy. 3 offloads. I mean, I think they had 10 in the first half, so they contained them in the second half, which is good. And yeah, tackle efficiency not good enough from the Eels. 44 missed tackles, and I know that doesn't look great, but only 25 missed tackles. If you're under 30, you're good. If you can get it under 20, you're real good. If you get it under 10, you're Penrith. No, even they don't do that. I'm sure they have, but 27. This is the thing with Penrith. It's with the Doggies. Like, they always have this enormous ineffective tackle stat. Like, that is an absorbent amount of ineffective tackles. Like, that's what I said. Like, Parramatta definitely, like, there was times where, like, Reid Marnie got ran over and he literally, he's on his back holding someone's boot and someone else has tackled him. And it's sort of, it's just like, it's like I said, like I said this about the Doggies, and all the Doggies fans got mad. And I didn't mean, I said they missed so many tackles, but somehow the defense is good, and it's just somehow true. It's just like this number's good, but they have been missing more tackles than that. They missed 50 tackles last week, so this number's fine. But this is just insane. But they held on. They're just clinging on. You know, like 15 errors to 13. Like I said, if that's down, they would have been probably home and host. But yeah, that's done. That's it, lads. All right, let's have a look at next week's games real quickly. Where are we? All right, so we've already sort of seen it, but Sharks versus the Finns, top 4 clash between the sea creatures. How good. Oh, tough one for the Cowboys. This is not what you want. This is not what you want. It's a short turnaround too. Where did the Cowboys play? They played Saturday, so not a short turnaround, but 6-day turnaround. After a 2-day turnaround or a 3-day turnaround for the State of Origin game. Oh, man. And then we have the Bunnies versus the Broncos. That's nuts. West Tigers versus the Titans. This could be the, you know, I think I'm just going to lock in the Titans to get the spoon. Warriors versus the Storm. Eels versus the Roosters. Eels Dunskies. Who else we got here? We got the Sea Eagles versus the Dragons. This is a big game for both clubs. This is a huge game as far as the ladder's concerned. Like, winner could go up. Losers sort of floundering here with these other teams swarming them. That's a huge game for these clubs. Knights versus the Panthers. Poor old Penny Panthers. Not poor old Penny Panthers. Jesus, can't feel sorry for them. Who have the Knights got next week? Does the Knights have a bye? I feel like Knights have been playing a lot lately. Surely they get a bye soon. Yeah, they do. Cool. All right, man. That's going to be a cracking round of footy. I love the round just before Origin. Everyone's putting their hand up for Origin. All the Origin chat starts to flame back up when we get back into the Origin chat. All right, lads, if you've gotten this far, you know what that means. You're an absolute legend. Thanks for all your support, guys. Make sure you liked, make sure you subbed, hit that bell icon, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.